Welcome back for the third video in the Choose IST series, a series that explores the Stage 5 Digital Design course, Information and Software Technology. In this video, we'll be exploring the course structure of the Stage 5 course, looking at the 100 and 200 hour course, looking at what we do term by term. But before we look at the course structure, let's explore why it's structured that way by looking at the Stage 6 courses that we offer in digital design. In Stage 5, we have IST, which breaks into two courses in Stage 6, Industrial Technology Multimedia and Software Design and Development. In ITM, it is a massively broad course. Any multimedia discipline will apply. Students do a major work in Year 12, which is a year-long project. They do a mini major work in Year 11 to practice for this, and a couple of other projects along the way in Year 11. The projects range from virtual reality applications all the way to games, programming, films, graphic design, websites. As you can see, it is very, very broad. In software design and development, it's much more focused. It is programming, app design, coding. You will learn a programming language. Although we do a lot of programming, it is still very design based. Hence the name. We focus on the design and the development. We focus on how that a piece of software is interpreted by the user, how we can better use it to achieve a common purpose. We will learn programming languages. In the past, we change this every year, but in the past, we have done Swift for iOS, C#, we have done Java, Python, and yes, our old friend VB.NET. So now that you have a bit of context of where we are going in Stage 6, that will give you a bit of context of how we design the projects in Stage 5. We've already mentioned it is a project-based course in that each term we start a discrete project. What that means is, yes, there are skills that accumulate over time and scaffold over time, but students feel the freedom of having a clean slate every single term. If the previous term didn't turn out exactly like you wanted it to, then you have a clean slate where everybody starts at zero, everybody starts at a brand new piece of software, a brand new skill set. Another hallmark of IST and our digital design courses is the collaborative nature of this subject. Yes, there is group work in this subject, but more than just being forced into group work is collaboration, where students are working in a common project against a common goal. Yes, their projects might take a certain flavor or might look a little bit different, might take a certain aesthetic, but the problem is still the same, which breeds collaboration. In non-IST, this is the same for 200 hour and the 100 hour course. In term 1, we focus on film and virtual effects, VFX. We use Adobe Premiere, which is an industry standard package. We use all Adobe software throughout IST and later on in Stage 6. Students will do a green screen project. Again, I encourage you to explore the Arden Media channel. I have a compilation of the last 5 years of green screen projects up there right now. They're called the Green Screen Remix. In term 2, we focus on map painting and magazine design. We take our inspiration from a guy called Eric Johansson, who did a TED Talk a number of years ago. He was sponsored by Adobe to go and make photo manipulations. This is where you make a photo that cannot possibly be real out of multiple other photos that you have taken. For this project, we use Adobe Photoshop quite heavily. We dive right into Photoshop. We leave filters at the door and simple things in Photoshop, and we dive right in. In order to learn photography, we do a 3 to 4 week mini unit on photography. We pull out our DSLR cameras and we teach students everything about these cameras. Your students and your children should be able to take your cameras off auto. That's fantastic. Moving forward then, we bring our photo manipulations into InDesign and create a magazine. And then they create a magazine about how they built their photo manipulation. Quite an in-depth project spanning 3 different disciplines. In term 3, we focus on animation and specifically in 2D animation and creating a motion graphic. You'll see if you've searched the Arden Media channel that there are lots of videos that have inspired this project in Year 9. We take what we do in Stage 6 and try to bring it down into Year 10 and in Year 9. Therefore, we created this project in animation using Adobe Illustrator and Adobe After Effects. Students will create and draw everything in Illustrator, then bring it into After Effects. One of the things that we found this year that's really helped us to do that is students are able to use the Wacom Cintiq tablets in order to draw their elements and assets in Illustrator. In Term 4, our assessment is an exam. Therefore, we don't have a design assessment in Term 4, but we do prepare for Year 10 and the 200-hour course by introducing students to HTML and CSS and give them a foundation for web design. They will create a basic website, but this will be expanded upon in Year 10. In the 100-hour course, this is where you leave us. Thank you for coming. In the 200-hour course, we continue everything that we've done in Year 9 and take it to the next level. We, rather than Web Design 1 in Term 2, we do Web Design 2. We include some interactivity with JavaScript, but really what we focus on in this term is a design focus, a web design focus. In Term 4, Year 9, we're really just trying to get our websites to work, trying to get the coding to do what we want it to do. But by Year 10 in Term 1, we're focusing heavily on design and the user experience. By Term 2, we focus on programming. Now, this is probably going to be our main taste for software design in the next year. Even though we've done a bit of coding and different things in web design, we go fully fledged into programming and app design. Every year we change the language that we use here. We change the project. It's usually surrounded around some type of game or puzzle that students have to make and design and get other students to test that design. In Term 3, last year we launched this for the first time, and we have a brand new unit using Blender to model 3D assets. We then take those 3D assets, bring them into Unity, we place them in our world in Unity, we arrange our world in Unity, and then we hopefully take that into VR, and we're able to experience our 3D assets that we've created in Blender in a Unity game engine using a VR headset. This year we have been super excited to be playing around with the HTC Vive, our brand new virtual reality headset. We're also super excited about the brand new machines that are coming at the end of 2017. So just in time for you guys choosing a 9IST in 2017. By the time 2018 comes around, you are going to have a very powerful computer lab to work with, and also of course your own laptops. In Term 4 we have another exam, and after that the nature of Year 10 is pretty mixed up in Term 4. So we do a number of different things every year. Sometimes an individual project, sometimes we create a film all together, sometimes we do smaller group projects. We take that on a year-by-year basis. That's all I have for the course structure, and as always I'm going to point you to Arden Media channel. go and explore that channel, go and explore the different videos that are up there. You might even subscribe in order to get the newest updates that are out. Or if you want specific information about the videos that you've seen so far, you can use the bit.ly link. That's bit.ly/ChooseIST. Thank you for watching this series. I hope it's helped you in your subject selection choice. One last piece of advice that I'd leave you with is go and speak to a student that has done this course. Go and speak to a student in the year above or 2 years above, whatever it is, and get their take on the course. How did they feel about it? How were the projects? That's going to give you a lot of great feedback. Thank you for watching this series. I hope it's really helped you. Goodbye.